Given the nature of her work as Director of Regenerative Medicine Research at the Texas Heart Institute in Houston, Taylor has to admit that the comparison is apt. Obviously, we need to talk about Taylor before this. Voila, the crippling shortage of transplantable organs around the world is solved. This can only be after some method is discussed, or after some system is discussed. Doris Taylor doesn't take it as an insult when people call her Dr. Frankenstein. Here's the Taylor that we want. It was actually one of the bigger compliments I've got, she says, an affirmation that her research is pushing the boundaries of the possible. Now, the fact is, this business of being called Frankenstein is then discussed in one. Given the nature of her work, she says that the comparison apt. So, it was actually one of the bigger compliments because she says it's quite in keeping with what she does. So, 3 and 1 are clearly related. 4. The strategy is simple enough in principle. Fine. First, remove all the cells from a dead organ, then take the method, the protein scaffold left behind, and repopulate with stem cells immunologically matched to the patient in need. Then you have a method here. So, could this method be followed by voila? It could. What about 5? This is because she regularly harvests organs. What is because? The comparison is apt, isn't it? So, she's called Dr. Frankenstein. The comparison is apt. Why is it apt? This is because she regularly harvests organs such as hearts and lungs from the newly dead, re-engineers them starting from the cells and attempts to bring them back to life in the hope that they might beat or breathe again in the living. Right? Now, that is what she does. So, you recognize that Doris Taylor is called Dr. Frankenstein. She doesn't take it as an insult. She actually thinks the comparison is apt. That's in 1. Why does she think it's apt? Because she regularly harvests organs, etc. That happens in 5. Now, Taylor is in the vanguard of researchers looking to engineer entire new organs to enable transplants without the risk of rejection by the recipient's immune system. That means she is a pioneer in this area of research. What is it that this area of research actually involves? The strategy is simple enough in principle. So, you realize that 6, which introduces the area of research, would move to 4, which tells you what the strategy is, which moves to 2, which says this is how it's done. But the point is, I would actually have this only after I've discussed Taylor, because the whole thing starts with Doris Taylor. So, Doris Taylor is called Dr. Frankenstein. It's quite apt a comparison. Why is that? This is because of what she does, and she does this because she is one of the pioneers in this field. What does this field involve? It involves the strategy that we discussed in 4, and with this strategy, the crippling shortage of transplantable organs is solved. So, you move from 3 to 1 to 5 to 6, 4 and 2. So, 3, 1, 5, 6, 4, 2 would be the sequence.